Today we were speaking with Skeptical Minds. This is a Belgian formation that makes gothic industrial kind of music, and they already surprised us before with a release, so it was only logical to check in when they had a new album coming out. Well, we asked them quite a lot, so enjoy the interview. Okay, then the first question I would like to ask you if you could introduce the band to our viewers that may not have heard of you before.
Okay. So Skeptical Minds was created in 2002. So it's 22 years ago. And mostly the music of Skeptical Minds is a mix of three elements we have since the beginning, and we continue to use those elements and turn around. It's female voice, melodic female voice, electric guitars, metal riffs, and electronic elements, electro-industrial. That's the main thing. Usually the songs are quite dark, sad, or aggressive. So we turn around those subjects. So the band released its first album in 2004. We released some albums, some EPs, some live DVDs. And in 2015, we started with a trilogy. So it was a comic book and a CD called Omega Thanatos. And now we will release the second part of the trilogy. So same concept. So the history told on the CD and in a comic book. Two different manners to tell the same story, in fact. And we go further in the history. So the first part of the trilogy happened on Earth, let's say. At the end of the story, so the main character was at hospital. We don't know if she's dead or I don't know. And finally, the second episode will happen in the world between Earth and world of the death, you know. So she's between the two worlds. And the music, so there are 11 chapters in the history, and the music fits to what we tell. In fact, that's why we try to do, and it's quite challenging. It's a different way to compose. And that's it. Okay, I spoke about the band and already different things, and that's it.
Yeah, because I want to congratulate you with Caron as an album. Can you tell me a little bit about how you create an album like that?
Yeah. So when we started with Omega Thanatos, the first episode, we composed the songs on one side, and Alain Poncelet is the graphic designer. So the friend, it's our friend who makes the comic book. He drew the story on his side, and then when we put all together, we say, "Oof, okay." We try to say the same things, but the music didn't match with the atmosphere of the image, because it was darker. It was different, so it didn't really match. We had to recompose almost everything to match to the visual, in fact. And it was a way of working we didn't anticipate. We didn't think it should be better to work first with the visual. So we said, okay, everybody works on his side, it will be okay. We tell the same story, but we needed more. So we had to recompose the music to fit to the visual. That was different. And for the second album, we started immediately good. So we sat with Alain, we had the scenario. He started with drawings, you know, like first shot, drafts. Then we can imagine what the result will be. And with those drafts, we composed the music. So it's the visual, the visual that brings the inspiration. That's a bit different way of working.
Yeah.
Because usually when you compose music, or you have a melody in your head or an emotion you want to translate into music. Here it's different. So you have a scenario, you have to fit to the scenario. So you have to express some things like a soundtrack of a movie, and you try to fit on the drafts. So that brings the inspiration, and thereafter you add your own emotions and melodies. So it's a different way to work, but now we found a good way.
Yeah.
and
So
it's easier.
how did you came to choose this story like this?
Sorry, can you repeat?
How do you came to the story? I mean,
Uh,
why did you pick it like that?
how did we came
I
to
mean,
have the idea of the story, or
yeah,
to want
yeah.
to make a comic book?
No, more like how you come to the story.
Mm, I don't know. It's we had this idea since 2008. So we were speaking with the other members, and we said, it could be nice in the future to make like a concept album based on a history of this, of that, and then we try to make like a brainstorming. So it came step by step. We didn't have accurate idea since the beginning. So the project, it was like a fog, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And with the time, discussions, we reached a point. And when with Alain, we decided to do that with Alain Poncelet, we sat all together, and then we wrote the story more in details. So it came step by step. It's not one person who said, okay, let's do this, we'll write that, and okay. No, it came naturally. It's a bit blurry, in fact, because it came, yeah, from fog to something more, the final result, in fact, through discussions.
Okay, okay. But you at some point decided it would be 3 albums. Then, did you already make the third one, or is that something
No, no,
that?
no,
Yeah.
no. We do one by one.
Mm-hmm.
So we know now what we will tell in the third part. So when we started, we knew we'll have 3 parts, and what we'll tell in the main. We knew the main lines of the stories, but that's it. After we make one album at a time. This album was recorded just before the COVID. It was supposed to be released in 2020, but all gigs were cancelled.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Okay, it happened. And then we tried 2021, same thing. It was planned and cancelled. And we said, okay, let's wait. Everything comes back to the normal, and then we'll release, because such project, we would like to, we love to play it on stage too. The investment is also big. So now by internet, you sell very few compared to the past. So you have to play to sell something and at least recover the investments. So that's why we waited. And the third album will be recorded next year.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I can imagine that if you really like this concept, that people really see added value in having that visual side in form of a comic next to it. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, we made a try in 2011 with one song. We released one song with a comic book. It was thinner, like American comic books. It was Broken Doll song, and we released that in a festival, and it was sold out immediately. But Alain Poncelet was there, and he was drawing in the books, dedicated, and people loved that. And in fact, each time he was there with us at the merch, everybody wanted, not everybody, okay, many people wanted, a dedicated version. So he had a lot of work, but it works. It's something people appreciate, really. So we sold we released 1,000 pieces of the previous comic book. Everything was sold, and all the exemplars dedicated by Alain Poncelet, many of them. So we were surprised, and yeah, people asked for that. It's good.
Yeah. Okay. So, what were the biggest challenges in starting this project? I mean, it's obviously different than the standard way of working that most bands do.
The biggest challenge first was to reach a result that looks coherent, that fits together. That was not so easy. As I said, we had to recompose all the music. Financially, it's a challenge too. The investment is bigger than just print a few CDs. The time, it takes a lot of time. You have to combine that with our personal works on the side too. So it's quite challenging. You have to manage time, you have to manage money, you have to manage everything, compositions, ideas. But I don't like to speak about challenges, because we have a goal and we just want to reach the goal. All my life and all the music since 30 years, it's like that. We want to reach the goal. As long as the goal is not reached, we try and we modify if it needs to be modified, but until we reach the goal. So I don't see that like a challenge, but more like we have to find a way to reach the goal. That's it.
Okay, nice. I saw you release a single, Desert First. Can you tell me a little bit about this track?
Yes. What do you want to know about the music or what it speaks about, or both?
Well, both maybe.
Okay. So I won't spoil all the thing, but okay. So the girl will wake up in the hospital, and it's very silent. She goes out of the room. The hospital is completely empty. It's very strange. She thinks it's the night. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Then she turns around. Nobody in the thing. She comes back. It's still 8 o'clock. She's a bit surprised and starts to stress because she's alone and is very mysterious. She comes back in the room, and then she sees herself on the bed. Very strange. She panics. She has to run and to escape. And finally, she will take the lift, and the lift will bring her to the morgue, in fact, the underground. It's the only escape she has. There is a door open. She walks in that door, and it's like a tunnel. The tunnel with the light at the end. And she arrives in a strange place. It's a desert, in fact. And in that desert, she doesn't know she's dreaming or not. It's very warm. It's strange. There are many people, a huge crowd, walking slowly and gathering somewhere in the horizon. They seem to go in the same place. And she goes a bit closer, and then it's like spirits or phantoms with zombies. I don't know, not zombies like in horror movies. People without consciousness. They just walk to a point far away. So she wants to explore and to know what happens there. And then she sees an old guy under the tree. She will meet that guy, and then the story will really start. So I don't say more. So that's it. That's a desert. And as the desert is very warm and so on, so the music is quite doomy. So the riff is a bit doom. It's not the kind of music we usually do, but it's slower and heavy, and that's it. I don't say more. The rest you will see on Friday.
Yeah. Well, when the interview is going to be released, the album will be available, I think, for people.
Sorry, I hear you, but can you repeat?
I said, like, when this interview will be live online, then people are able to listen to all the music, I think.
Probably, I don't know when the interview will be live, but if it's after 8th December, yes. So the full album will be released on 8th December, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So yeah, I will add something. It will first be released digitally, so on all the streaming platforms. And beginning of next year's, with the shows, we'll make a release show too. We'll have the physical objects.
Okay.
Takes a bit more time, and we want to release that together with the show.
Yeah, can imagine. If you look at this album, which of the tracks was easiest for you to write, as in the music?
I don't know. As I said, we don't feel it's like a challenge. It's you have the images, you have the emotions you want to put into the song, and then you search, you work, and this and that. I don't have impression that one song came like this, because we work on the opposite side. When you write an album based only on the music, you take your guitar, bam, bam, bam. And sometimes the ideas, inspiration comes fast, and you can build a song very fast. Here, the way we have to work now, it's different.
Yeah.
You need work to achieve the song. So I don't want to say it was difficult. It needed work, but I don't have impression one song was easier than another. Because it's not natural to compose like this, so we have to fit to what we have.
Yeah.
And no, there is no one that pops up, so I cannot lie.
That's okay. So you mentioned you wanted to have this release show. Are you planning to do a little tour with it, or?
Yeah, so now we are busy to book some dates. So the first shows that are programmed are from April and after until September. So some festivals too. We cannot announce now, but we'll announce soon. So there will be festivals and shows, and we'll try to play certainly Belgium, Netherlands, France, Luxembourg, for sure. And we try to go further. You have to put more dates together to be able to make a tour. Netherlands, Belgium, France, it's quite easy to tour even just 1 weekend, 3 days, it's okay. But for more, you need to prepare more dates.
Yeah,
it takes a bit of time, so it's not all fixed yet.
No. Okay, then I have one last question, and that is: do you have a Christmas wish or some wisdom to share with the world?
Ooh, yeah. But now we always speak outside the music. We speak about all what happens, around. It's wars and environment problems. So I wish those things could be solved fast, because it goes further and further, and it's not good, because one way, even for the wars, it can go too far, and for the climate, maybe I think we are maybe too far. So that's the things that concern us. If I ever wish, okay, it's maybe naive for some, but yeah, if we could solve that, I think it's the most important.
Yes, I think so too. Thank you very much for those nice words, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you too.